Hello everybody. Today's video is going to be a little different from the norm, because instead of responding to one video, I am going to be responding to two. Both of these videos are focused around insufferable SJW women in cars, recording themselves and their interactions with normal people. And both videos were actually intended by both women to display how sexist and misogynistic the world is. Big surprise, it didn't really turn out the way that they had hoped. Let's get started, shall we?
You thought that was adorable. You didn't think about the pillaging of the continent of Hawaii.
Okay, two things. One, Hawaii is not a continent. It's an archipelago. Two, what pillaging are you talking about? The only pillaging of Hawaii that I can think of off the top of my head is Pearl Harbor, and last time I checked, the Japanese were responsible for that, not white people, like you insinuate later on.
I didn't even know there was pillaging.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay, so you won't get rid of the doll then, because that was really cute thing that you found at Goodwill.
What does a doll have to do with the supposed pillaging of a country? Isn't it kind of disrespectful and biased to insinuate that all it takes is a small toy to shit all over a country that was once attacked and pillaged?
No, I'm not gonna not get rid of it because of that. I just don't realize it was offensive anyway.
But so obviously, you as a white male, you were the least
The Japanese attacked Hawaii, not the US. We already established this.
But now you're judging me. You're assuming where I'm from.
No, I'm not. I'm not judging you.
Oh yeah, you mentioning the fictitious pillaging of a country, and then right after, almost in the exact same fucking sentence, you bring up the guy's ethnicity. Yes, there's nothing judgmental in that train of thought whatsoever.
I'm just saying that perhaps you might be the person who is least hurt in this situation.
So what would you have to say if the driver was an actual Hawaiian who still had that doll on his dashboard? I'd like to see someone do a prank like that. Buy a doll of a blackface vaudeville performer, have a black taxi driver put it in his car, pick up an SJW passenger, and then don't reveal that the driver is black until the end of the trip, so we can all enjoy watching the passenger make a complete ass of him or herself. I'd pay to see that shit.
Passenger in your car, that doll is offensive to me.
So if the guy who bought the doll was a white man, he has no right to have it in his car because he isn't Hawaiian. But you have the right to be offended by it, even though you are not Hawaiian yourself. Jesus H. Christ. You can't make this shit up, people.
I really don't know where to go from here. You want me to take down something that I just put up because...
Yeah, no, I do want you to, because it's actually deeply offensive. No, I do want you to take it down.
Yeah, I'm a rich, spoiled California girl who thinks she has the moral high ground, so, you have to do whatever I say.
I mean, obviously you're gonna give me a 1 star, but I'm not taking it down, so I'm sorry about that.
I'm gonna do worse than give you a 1 star.
Do whatever you like. I'm not trying to offend you. If you want me to drop you off over here or at the next exit, I can do that, but...
No, I would like you to take me to my destination.
In other words, you want to have your cake and eat it too.
You're gonna be on Gawker. No, you will be published on Gawker. And you'll be the next internet meme. It's gonna be super funny.
Was that really the most threatening thing she could say?
Yeah. I mean, God forbid, anyone take your special Hawaiian doll away from you.
God, she is projecting so much here. You have to look really hard to find a more insecure human being.
More comedic is how offended you're getting by that.
Because it's a thing that actually affects my life and a thing that doesn't affect your life.
How does it affect your life? How does a goddamn bobblehead doll on a guy's car dashboard affect your life? And how does it affect your life while simultaneously not affecting his? How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, you're affecting
The fact that you care that much about something that is on his dashboard.
Yes, I do actually care a lot.
That is a massive understatement.
It's important. Did you say it was pathetic? Can I have your name, please?
Jade.
And your last name?
Great.
Thank you.
Why did that passenger just give the woman her name? Why would you do that with someone who just threatened to put a taxi driver she doesn't even know on some piece of shit social media site that nobody cares about except for spoiled celebrity cunts like her?
Taking offense to that, like I'll take a picture.
That's a disrespectful object that you have in your car, and whether you're Asian or not, you should be considerate to the fact that you might have passengers that don't find that thing.
It's pretty fucking arrogant to assume that even a small portion of other passengers would be as offended as you are by a bobblehead doll.
Off of my dashboard when it's super glued.
No, I just said like you can set it down for a second.
Did you not hear him say that it was super glued, you stupid bitch?
Dave?
You're being rude, actually.
No, I'm not being rude.
There's one way to tell somebody something, and there's another way in which how you're doing it, and you're not being pleasant.
Oh, because I wasn't nice enough to you?
I've been pleasant to you this whole time.
I wasn't nice enough to you for this thing. That's fine. I've been video recording the entire time. I'm excited.
That's cool, and I'm being respectful to you.
No, you're not. You have been actually very rude and extremely entitled.
You are giving this guy a heap of shit over a small bobblehead doll that he bought with his own hard-earned money to decorate a car that he has to drive in order to pay his bills, and he is the one who is acting entitled.
Sorry that my Hawaiian lady has offended you.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you have no consideration for actual Hawaiian people who don't want to be a bobblehead item in your car while you're driving for Lyft.
That's another thing. To assume that most other Hawaiian people would find that doll as offensive as you do is pretty fucking racist, wouldn't you say?
You fucking selfish, dumbass idiot.
Okay, I'm being rude.
You are being rude. You have no connection to this culture.
Neither do you! When the fuck did you become the official ambassador of Hawaiian culture?
That's a cute little bubble item that you had in your car that you don't know anything about, and you're an idiot.
Thank you very much for your opinion.
Yeah, you're welcome. Maybe you will think about it tomorrow when you wake up in the morning.
I very much will. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you so much. I'm ending this ride right now, so if you'd like to call another Lyft.
Dude, I would have dropped her off fucking minutes ago. I can't believe the amount of patience that you have.
Take me all the way to my house.
You don't have to. It's
No,
my
yes,
car.
you
I'm
do.
confirming.
No, he doesn't, you idiotic slag. Drivers like him have the legal right to deny service to disrespectful and vulgar passengers like you.
Drop off. Here's the sidewalk. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm so excited. Can I have your name again?
Nope. Have a great
Yes,
night.
I can.
No,
Can I have your name again? Well, I'll just stay here then.
Well, then. Oh my god. This is my car. Can you please get out of it?
No, I
I've
won't.
ended
Call the
ride.
police. Call 911.
Okay.
About how I won't leave your car.
I wish you would.
Can you please exit
No, I
the
can't,
vehicle?
but you can give me your first and last name. Here's what I'll do instead. Holy shit. The weirdest night of my entire life. And he could not get away fast enough so that I couldn't get his license plate number. How cute.
It never ceases to amaze me how people like this will always assume that they are going to be seen as the reasonable ones in situations like this. Well, that's enough of that banality. On to the next video.
Power with no makeup on, which I would normally never allow anybody to see, but something really bad is going on. There is a cop car behind me here, as you can see. Well, it's actually in front of me. So what happened, I don't know if you remember, but I posted a picture of a house that had a bunch of Pence and Trump signs and a Hillary for prison sign, and I have to pass it every single day. And I was passing it today, just a little while ago, on my way to go pick up Ben from school, and there was a big, ugly redneck guy standing in the driveway, so I gave him the finger.
Because that's such a great example to set for your kid.
Which I'm allowed to do with my First Amendment freedom of speech rights. And this motherfucker got in his car and chased me all the way down the block, down St. John's, down towards Ben's school. I haven't even been able to pick up Ben yet because this motherfucker has this one in this car with the fucking red flag, with the American flag, has been talking to him for like 15 minutes almost. He talked to me for about 2 seconds. I told him what happened. This guy has been taking pictures of my car. He got in his car to chase me, and he's been chasing me and taking pictures of my car for a while.
Well, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? I mean, you drive up to some random, big, strong-looking redneck guy and you give him the finger. I mean, did you think he was just going to forget about that? I'm not saying he should have chased you all across town, but here's the thing. You don't know how people are going to react to you insulting them. I mean, you're lucky he didn't grab a gun and start shooting at you. People are unpredictable. That's why it's usually a good idea not to go around giving the finger to them.
And he's talking to this cop like he has the right to get in his car and chase me for simply expressing my freedom of speech, First Amendment rights.
That's freedom of expression, not freedom of speech. Freedom of expression doesn't mean freedom from consequences. And come to think of it, nor does freedom of speech.
This is your Donald Trump supporter, America. This is your Donald Trump supporter who gets in his car and chases a 5-foot-tall, 102-pound woman.
All the more reason why it was a bad idea to piss the guy off in the first place.
So I'm just going to keep this going until the cop comes back and speaks to me and explains to me why he's not taking that guy in for chasing and harassing and threatening me and scaring me. He was driving so fast, super close right behind my car. All I did was I rolled down my window, I gave him the finger, I said, "Back off, you fucking racist."
You really think that calling him a racist was going to make him stop? Fucking Christ, you are an idiot.
Instead, he just keeps chasing me. So instead of going to pick up my son from school, because I did not want this fucker near my child's school, I turned around and followed a cop and honked my horn and flashed my lights until the cop pulled over. So that's where we are sitting here right now. This is what's going on. This redneck guy is still talking to the cop, and all I have done is expressed my freedom of speech, First Amendment right. All I did was this, and I'll continue to do this to every fucking Donald Trump supporter who decides they want to mess with me.
Then you will continue to have people chasing and harassing you. Have fun.
All I did was, I gave him the finger, which for me, if you know me, is super mild thing to do.
This guy doesn't know you, though.
Sir, we're recording this just because I'm on social media and I have a lot of followers, and that guy chased me and threatened me and scared me.
Okay, how do you threaten him?
By driving his car super fast behind my car and honking his horn and coming after me and taking photos.
What do you mean coming after you?
He was standing on his driveway and then he jumped in his car specifically to chase me.
Okay, what did you do prior to that?
I did this.
Okay, so you...
Which is freedom of speech. I said nothing. I did freedom of action. This is okay. Freedom of action, protected by the Constitution. My freedom of speech to call him a racist, but I did not step on his property. I did not get out of my car.
Okay.
I didn't chase him or threaten him. I didn't do anything to him except express myself with my hand. So when he started chasing me and he started taking pictures of my car and my license plate, then I rolled down my window and I said, "Back off, you racist." Maybe I said the F word a few times, but
Okay.
it's freedom of speech. He does not have the right to chase me, harass me, scare me on my way to my son's school.
When you insult random people who you do not know, you are playing with fire. You really don't have a right to act like an innocent victim when you are the one who caused the situation in the first place.
I've explained to him.
Okay.
Explain to him that he's not allowed to follow you.
Thank you.
He is allowed to get your information, get your tags if he cares, if he does so much.
Well, and what would that do? Why would he get what would that do?
Because he's claiming that you're a public disturbance. And
I'm a public disturbance because I gave a man the finger.
Yes, flipping people off in public is by definition a public disturbance. Fuck me, you are an imbecile.
Can you give me a second?
Go right ahead.
All right, so you understand that he lives in a school zone? I mean, you're driving through it, so
You know that he lives in the school zone.
He doesn't live in the school zone.
I have his address right
He lives
here.
at,
So
okay, so?
okay.
So? What do you mean, so? It's a school zone, you narcissistic cunt. Do you really need to have that explained to you?
Just he's complaining that basically you're using foul language. You're
Aw.
yelling, and that you're
Aw.
talking to other people that live around.
I'm not talking to, I've never
Ma'am,
spoken to
can I-
any
can
of
I
his
just-
neighbors, sir.
Can I talk for a second?
Yes, sir. I don't
Okay.
live in his neighborhood.
So I'm not saying that you do.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what he's reporting. Okay.
Okay, that's fine, but
so
he's lying.
What
Okay.
what he's reporting tells me that you could be. I'm not saying you will be. I'm not saying you did this or didn't do this. The actions that he's explaining by are around. That can be considered a public disturbance, and you can be cited for it.
Okay, may I explain? There were no children around.
You don't know that. For all you know, he could have had kids who were staying home from school. They could have been looking out the window. Just because you don't see any kids around does not mean that there are not kids around.
It was not in front of the school. He does not live that close to the school that anyone was around. I did not pull into his driveway. I slowed my car down in the street in front of where he lives. He happened to be standing there. I wasn't looking for him.
So so you admittedly stopped in front of his place of residence.
I slowed down when I
and
saw
you
him.
language, is that correct?
No, I just gave him the finger at that
Okay,
time.
so
I
you
did not
obscene
speak. I did
gesture.
an obscene gesture. Yes, because that's
Okay,
that's a problem. That's a reason to jump in your car and chase
Okay,
somebody almost all the way to their child's
I'm
school.
Well, if you're a person with anger problems who has very poor self-control, then yes, it is a very good reason to jump in your car and chase someone to the ends of the earth.
I'm gonna let you know that if you stop in front of someone's house, he didn't really do anything to you, right?
Well,
If
it's
you know him,
offensive
you
to
said you didn't know him.
No, I don't know him. I'm offended by the fact that he has a Hillary for prison sign, which is his First Amendment right, and that's fine. But it's my First Amendment right to voice my displeasure with it in the way that I did, which I did peacefully.
Peacefully? Fucking peacefully? Are you serious? Do you even know what the middle finger means? Clearly you don't. So allow me to explain. The middle finger means fuck you. And the last time I checked, fuck you is the complete antithesis of a peaceful thing to say.
This is not peaceful. This is absolutely not a peaceful way to respond to what I did.
Well, what you did was not even objectively peaceful to begin with, so it shouldn't surprise you that the guy responded in kind.
That are causing violence or causing an argument to the point of violence, now you can be held liable.
All I did was give the guy the finger, and he
so
jumped in his car and took a
my
physical
question to
response.
you is, why would you even go out of your way to do that?
I didn't go out of my...
Yes, you did.
Because he was standing there, I gave him the finger. I said
So
nothing.
If you're doing that, what's to stop you from hitting someone?
Why would I? Because I am a
if you're letting your
5 foot tall,
emotions
104-pound
So
woman,
you're clearly
and I
That didn't seem to stop you from giving the guy the finger.
would
your
not
emotions take the benefit of you. Why
What's
are you
wrong with that?
Just move on.
move on.
I'm
There
telling
is
you,
a
I'm
racist,
giving-
xenophobic maniac running for president, and that guy is supporting him, and if I give him the finger...
I would really love to know how flipping a guy off would reduce the chances of Trump being elected. I would really like to know the specifics of that.
I'm not going to get into a
That's a
political
peaceful...
argument with you.
I'm not
I don't
asking you
sit
to.
on one side or the
My
other.
point is that I silently protested something I did not agree with,
But you
and he
didn't
acted in a violent...
protest it. You went out
This
of your,
is a silent protest.
You went out of your way to cause physical action.
No, I didn't, because I did not think that he was going to get in his car and follow me.
You didn't cause the situation because you didn't think the guy would get in his car and follow you. Amazing. Fucking brilliant. You know, by that logic, you could stab someone to death and say, oh, I didn't kill him because I didn't think he would die if I stabbed him with a knife a bunch of times. Oh my god, I'm amazed this woman can even drive a fucking car. She is so spectacularly stupid.
I didn't get out of my car. I didn't turn my car off. If you want to give me my...
What you need to do is stay away from him. Don't drive by his residence anymore.
Well, I don't have a choice. I have to drive by his residence to get my son.
I'm going to tell you what. He's got cameras outside of his house.
That's because he knows he's a threat.
He has cameras outside of his house because he knows he's a threat. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Listen, I'm just telling you.
Yeah?
If he decides to report in and has repeated incidences of you driving by his property and doing these obscene gestures, or worse yet, actually threatening someone or saying
I
something.
can't believe you're gonna protect the guy who chased me.
Will you please let me talk?
Know this.
What I'm
know
telling
this.
you
Women are gonna
is you
stop this.
cannot repeatedly go after someone because you're political.
I haven't gone after him. I gave him the finger one time.
Okay.
And if he's too much of a pussy to be able to accept that from a woman, that's his problem.
Again, such a fantastic example she is setting for her kid.
Your license.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You can tell him if he ever does any threatening behavior again, I will press
I would recommend
charges.
that you just drive on next time, okay?
You know what?
Don't
it's my
start
right as an American.
I agree that it's your right.
It's my right.
I
silently
also, for your
protested.
safety,
My
with the people
safety.
that are out there, I
see, because men have the right to threaten
no,
women.
I would recommend that you don't start fights.
I didn't start a fight. I
Okay,
gave a man a finger who was standing.
I didn't start the fight. I only flipped the guy off. Jesus, that sounds like something a fucking 6-year-old would say. I feel so sorry for this woman's son.
In his
Which
driveway
is
while I was
starting
driving
a
by.
fight.
Okay,
Which is
that's starting a fight. I'm a shit starter.
I
That's
need you to
me.
move on now.
I'm moving on now. That's your police work at there's your tax dollars at work right there. Okay? Men will always have the upper hand on a woman in this country until we elect a woman who shatters the glass ceiling.
And to complete the recipe of stupid, we finish it off with the sex card. That video was actually depressing to watch. I feel so sorry for this woman's kid. I think the best we can hope for is that she ends up rattling the wrong person and her son ends up adopted or something. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please do share, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hunt well.